I was going to get drafted. Mel Kiper and all of them said I was going to get drafted. I didn't get drafted. I went undrafted. Didn't get drafted, JK, right? Bounced around the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Left the game, left with Arena. Left the game with nothing.
Yeah.
In material and finances.
Yeah.
But left the game with a lot here. See, God told me, you heard me, I didn't send you all in places to make money. I sent you those places to gain knowledge. So you can take this information and put it into your business so you can help others make it in this league.
Let's go.
That was the message. That's why, and it hit me. In 2019, when I went work for the NFL Network, I went to work for Sky Sports, I was wondering why all this stuff was happening to me, JK. I'm out here with 36 people at the NFL Broadcast Boot Camp. And all the people, they're coming at me. Why not Vernon Davis? Why not Matthew Stafford? Why not these guys who are big-time superstars? Because I had the talent, I had the juice. See, I put miles on that car already. By the time I made it, died and did 5 years in broadcasting.
Yeah.
I'm like NBA young boy. I'm just trying to make it through the headphones.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying, JK? So that's what happened.
What up, everybody? It's your boy JK. Today is Thursday. So you already know what it is. It's Tackle Thursday with JK live on IG. And today I'm solely on IG. And anytime I'm only on IG, that means I got a special guest. And today is no different. My guest for tonight was born in the city at the bottom of the map, New Orleans, baby. If you're an LSU fan, then you know him as a 2008 National Champion. If you're a Saints fan, you know him as a Super Bowl champion. Hey, if you really into music, then you know his new single, Hello Somebody. And if you me, you know him as, hey, my teammate, my friend, the one that put me on the bounce music, showed me that lineman, really can dance. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, y'all welcome my guest, my special guest for the night, Marlon. Big Fave, right?
JK.
Oh, Fave, what they do, dog?
What's good, baby? How you making out, man? You can hear me?
I'm chilling, bro. How you doing, bro?
Man, all is well, brother. This is why I record my podcast and I do I usually have like a funky screen behind me when I do the backdrop, but you know, we're gonna keep it 100 for IG Live, man. But thank you for having me on, bro. 100, man.
Hey, no problem, bro. Hey, I respect what you're doing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, from afar. You know, we played together. Respected you so much when I was there, and then just watching you from afar, bro. I'm like, man, I gotta have Big Fave on the show, man. So you live, you here. I see you got the big ring on. We already we're gonna talk about that. But hey, before I ask anything, man, tell the people a little bit more about who you are, where you're from, man, what you do, man.
Well, my name is Marlon Big Fave Favorite. Everybody call me Big Fave. I'm from the West Bank in New Orleans, from a town called Harvey. 504 stand-up, baby. You know, we were West Bank, best banking it. Local guy, went to Archbishop Shaw High School, went to West Jefferson High School here in the New Orleans metropolitan area. From there, I went to LSU. Shouts out to Allie Broussard, man. LSU running back, great. I saw Allie was in here earlier. You know, from there, JK, man, bounced around the league and the leagues, plural. Ended up your teammate. You know, that was my last stop. You know, from there, I've been pretty much in the broadcasting and really dipping back into my entertainment side of things.
Nah, definitely, bro. And one thing, man, one of the reasons, like anytime, man, we have Tackle Thursday, whether I'm on here by myself or I have a special guest like yourself on here, man, the topic, I always make sure that the topic I'm intentional with the topic. And so when I have a guest, I make sure the topic has something to do with the guest or how I perceive the guest, right? And so when I looked at you, bro, I've been following you from afar, and I'm trying to, I'm working to follow your footsteps, especially as far as the broadcasting goes. I'm like, bro, Fave doing it right. I'm like, Fave really maximizing his platform, bro. I'm like, man, if I had opportunity like Fave, I grew up in New Orleans or grew up in, like in Florida playing high school, and then I got to play, you know what I'm saying, for the hometown college team like you did, win the Natty. Then I got to play in the league for the hometown team, win the Super Bowl. Then I get to play in the arena league for the hometown team. I'm like, bro, that boy really maximizing. And then now what you're doing in the community, music, broadcasting, like you really maximizing your platform, man. So I don't know if you feel like that, but that's how I see you, bro. So like, what does that mean to you, and how do you go about making sure you maximize the platform?
Well, JK, I'm gonna start off and say I'm not gonna fast forward past my time with the New Orleans Voodoo. When you were my teammate, man, we were both rookies in the league, and that year was just it was so significant to me, man. And we get into that a little later. I know we got about a 45-minute-hour deal here. Hello, somebody. Watch out there now. And thank you. I'm proud of you, JK, brother. I've been watching you from afar as well. God bless you and your lovely family, man. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all video, the Hello Somebody video. I love the message behind it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. But to get back to your question and, going by how all of this formulated, even at this point, I think a lot of it had to do with God's timing, man. It's so important that we not only trust God in our everyday walk, but we really specifically ask him what we want. You heard me? So this, like everything that's happening, I was telling this to my wife when I was on the phone with her, everything that's happening right now, I specifically prayed for this. And for a very long time, JK, my football story never made sense until about a few years ago. And that all ties back into what we're talking about in terms of God's timing, man. So, when you say something like maximizing your platform, that's a two answer, right? One way it's using God's given ability and his talent and stuff that he supplied you with. And then two, doing what your heart desire and just following the steps to doing it, right? It's a blueprint for everything. The hang-ups is sometimes people lack work ethic. The hang-ups is not finishing through, right? I think something motivates me even through, because everything is a journey, right? That motivates me now is that image. You remember the image when you have the guy, he's beating through the tunnel?
Yeah.
And he stops and he turns around and it's like the goal right there. And then you have the other guy, he kept beating it because he know that's pretty much what really separates, let's say a Delvin Bro, let's use one of our old teammates, a Delvin Bro from a Jimmy Tom from Backstreet New Orleans who just finished. So I think a lot of times it's that as well, JK.
Nah, definitely, man. I mean, you put it so well, man. We was talking about it offline, and I asked you because one of the things in doing this podcasting, man, and I learned just from watching other podcasts is that I want to get what message do you want to convey right through the interview, and you said, hey, I want people to know like we men of God, to trust God, keep God first, we blessed, and like you said, bro, you said, and sometimes it sounds so cliche. It's like, man, tell God what you want, but really tell God what you want. And like you said, for so long you didn't know your football journey didn't make sense, but you were still doing what you were praying God to do: play ball, play football, stuff like that. So God was still giving you your heart's desires. It might didn't always make sense or look the way you thought, but you were still living out what you was praying, what you had prayed for, and so. I definitely see that, man, and how God opens doors, and then also we gotta persevere, right? The dude Malik Willis, the quarterback with the Titans, I heard him say something in his interview after his first practice. He said, "You're supposed to pray like it depends on God and work like it depends on you."
I like that.
And I was like, "Oh," I said, "I gotta steal that slogan." Hey, so
I like that one.
That's basically what you're saying. You prayed and asked God, like, God, this is what I want to do. Even now with your rap career and everything you're doing in the movies with broadcasting. Hey, I'm gonna pray, and then I'm also put the work in, man. So that's dope, man. You doing your thing, and I appreciate the compliment from you to me, man. And like I say, mad respect to you, man, the whole fam, man. And so, man, we're gonna start kind of in your childhood, man. Like in the NO, bro. Hey, when I tell people, they ask me, man, how New Orleans was, I said, I love it. I was like, I loved it, bro. Like, y'all boys was so, man, fried. All y'all boys was just like, y'all thought I had an accent. I'm like, bro, y'all don't hear y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got an accent. But I just love you know what I'm saying, playing with y'all, being around y'all the whole country, man. So how was it, man, growing up in New Orleans, man? And how did you get started playing football?
Well, it started in the backyard, and I explain a lot of this on my album. Actually, the song Gorilla, the first verse, I was like, it was either ball or A school, go hard or break rules, west side of town. It was hard to make moves. Like,
yeah.
I really wanted to capture that moment in elementary or middle school when you had a choice, right? You're young, and in that choice, a lot of it's influenced by parenting. A lot of it's influenced by your intermediate circle. And coming up in New Orleans, it could have went either way, quick too, right?
Yeah.
I thank God for my parents. I thank God for the mentors at St. Joseph Worker Catholic Church in New Orleans, on the West Bank of New Orleans. I thank God for that core group of people around me that gave tons of things, like, you know, just foundation fundamentals as a young man, you know, just principles to take in life moving forward. I'm thankful for that coming up. And my parents having, like, you know, on one side, you go to public school and it's hood, you heard me?
Yeah.
Then you go to a Catholic church where it's black Catholics, but they real black men and women, but they, you know, they might have went to Xavier Prep or Shaw,
yeah.
one of those Catholic schools here, and got those fundamentals, that base to move forward appropriately in life. So I thank God for that, and I thank for the beginning. So that's how my childhood was. I went to John Curtis till I was in the first grade. A lot of people were like, man, you went to Curtis while you left, you know.
GT. Yeah, hey, that's a legend right there.
Yeah, you heard me. I went to Curtis, St. Joseph Worker. I went to a lot of elementary. I went to CT Jeanette, Woodmere. So I bounced around. So that's how I know a lot of people. When you would go with everybody like, what's up, Fave? Because I went to half of those schools, right?
Yeah.
So that was fun growing up. And then football really got serious in the sixth grade. I remember I tried out for the football team, and I sprained my ankle. I never forget this. I sprained my ankle, and I went home, and I told my pops, man, I'm going to just chill this year, you know, to hang out with my homeboys and just be a sixth grader this year, and I'll try for football next year because I liked football. I played it in park ball, but I had to take pause for like 2 or 3 years because back then, you know, if you was over 130 pounds.
Yeah, that way, hey.
Yeah, that way. You got that Florida like that too, huh?
Hey, but they had the boys running out there in grocery bags, boy. Hey.
For real, though.
And the boys sweating. Then gave him a hot dog before the game when they made weight.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it was. So I took that break and I got back in the sixth grade, like, low key to your listeners right now, man, I was already about 200 pounds. I was already a big 11-year-old.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I you know, continued to grow. And that particular week, I go to PE. I'm the first name on the list. So I went to the coach. I'm like, Coach, man, I didn't go to the rest of the tryouts. Oh, no, I knew what was up with you the first time I saw you. I was like, well, Coach, don't worry about that. The injuries, we'll fix that. You on the team.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and then Coach Allen, I shouts out to Coach Allen, man. And that's what really made it and JK, we talked about this a lot. We were teammates. What made it what the moment was that you knew this was going to be you, right?
Yeah.
And that's that moment when I made a football team and I quit. Like, I didn't even finish the tryout. So fast forward, middle school district championships and stuff like that. Fast forward a bit more, we got into high school, and I started off at Archbishop Shaw. I explained a lot of this in my new album.
Yeah.
And, Hank Tyranny is really the epitome of what you look for in a high school coach who's doing it the right way, right? Like, you think of guys like Ryan Clark. You think of guys like, you know, he has all the Mickeys. All the Josephs, Mickey Joseph, Vance Joseph. He has a long list of guys that actually, you know, is from this area and was staples and still staples in sports. Like, they all come back. Like, we all go back to Hank. Like, this is where it started. And, man, we just every time I thank you, Coach, you know, and he just got back at Shaw. You know, he and I left together. We left Shaw. Like, it didn't happen like that. It was some stuff went down at the school, obviously, and we had to leave it. You know, it almost ruined my eligibility in the junior year, where everything happens.
Yeah, that's that big year.
Like that's where all the offers come in.
Yeah, for sure. That's that big year.
Yeah. Right, JK, and in that moment, we went to West Jeff, and I think one of the best decisions I made, just off the strength of community. Like, I was able to bring that private school boy swag to West Jeff and be cool with it. Like, everybody, and because I come from public schools, for me, it was like the best of both worlds in high school.
So you like Fresh Prince. You like Will Smith, bro.
On the court, right? Not all the way like Will Smith. Hello, somebody, but
Hey.
I'm Will Smith a couple months ago.
Yeah, the Will Smith on Fresh Prince. Hey, breaking the swag. Hey, you gotta clear that up. Hey, you gotta clear that up. I feel
like this is new, so we used to this being a good example, right? But anyway, shout out to all that stuff. But anyway, and then I went to LSU, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, nah, definitely, man. Hey, speaking of Ryan Clark, bro. Hey, I'm trying so hard to get that boy on the show, bro. I sent him the flyer, man. I was like, hey, I got an LSU Tiger on here tonight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Hey, that's someone I really I respect what he's doing too, bro. Just how going from the game, killing the game in TV, bro, and with the podcasting, man. So that's someone I do look up to, and like feel like I learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning and moving, just like I look at you and learning from the different things you're doing, man. But hey, speaking of high school, bro, I ain't gonna let you glance over your accolades. You know what I mean? Because it's like this, like when you play with somebody, you know them, but then I realized, like, when I really do research, I'm like, woo, that boy stays, hey, that boy, hey. So I'm like, I'm researching, bro. First team All-State, which I already know in New Orleans, in Louisiana, y'all ball. And if we really want to talk about per capita, you know what I'm saying, y'all ratio is probably the highest in the country. And you think about the state, the size of the state, and the amount of players that really go to the league from there. Then you played in the U.S. Army All-American game. That's huge, right? So that's before they had the Under Armour game, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, right? So that's the other U.S. Army All-American game. Then I looked it up, bro. ESPN named you the #1 defensive tackle prospect, bro. So and you chose LSU. So how was your whole recruiting process your senior year, taking visits, and what made you choose LSU?
Sorry for the movement of my camera. I was trying to charge it on the slick, but
hey, you good, bro? Hey, you good? You know how we got to keep it going.
Yep. So, for me, at the time, it was all overwhelming and surreal, right? Because, like I just told you, how I got to West Jeff, and then how important that junior year was, and then the results of the junior year, kind of, coming full circle. So, at that time, I was excited. I love the support in the area. That's why I'll be saying, like, West Bank representing. That's really because the West Bank really be representing, man. Like, I really believe it's the energy of my community at that time wanting to see me do well. Yeah. And then we get to this point, JK, where we're away from the game and we just really want to spread that same energy to the student athletes. That's why I really started Conquer Sports, man. Me and Skylar, your other old teammate, started this thing, man, and we did it to really and Skylar still coaches with Conquer, but he moved to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
But we started this because we knew the opportunity was there, and we didn't want to see these young men, knowing the direction college football was going, hence AE, they got NIL stuff going on and stuff now.
Yeah.
And then just wanting to have young black men position themselves, young men in general, position themselves to be successful. And I specified black men not to take away from any other ethnicity, because we train kids from all kind of ethnicities.
Nah, for sure.
Because the statistics and the numbers behind black men going in and out of the prison system and killing themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's very important for black men. Every man, like I say, we have students now in college, all type of different ethnicities.
Yeah.
But I know, especially down south, you grew up in Florida, you know how easy things can happen. And growing up in here in New Orleans, like I say on Gorilla, that's what it was. So just being able to position ourselves, that's important, man. So I thank God for those accolades early on in my career.
Yeah.
It was humbling. You know?
Nah, definitely.
Yeah.
Nah, hey, and you know, I know why you say specifically black men, and it's not excluding everybody. But we realize, right, living in America, that it's a lot of, you know, programs, a lot of systems, a lot of things that don't highlight black and brown men and women. And so when we get the opportunity, hey, we highlight, you know, we recognizing everybody, but we are specifically going to highlight the black and brown because it ain't too many systems or things out there that's doing that. And so I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I definitely understand that, and I respect that, you know, at the same time as well, bro. What was the name of the business you and Scholar started?
Conquer Sports Pros. Conquer Sports, we started Conquer back in 2017. Before that, I had Favorite Strength and Fitness.
Yeah.
But we thought it would be cool to start a new entity, name it Conquer, because we want everybody to basically conquer too. So it's a whole spiel behind it. But I'm the sole owner of Conquer, and Scholar still coaches with us. He's in Baton Rouge doing it, and he has doing an excellent job, man. His kids are doing well. His daughter's doing pretty good in high school sports. So shouts out to the homie Ski, man. That's bro. But yeah, so we Conquer Sports. We specialize in media, small group training with position specs, and of course consultation. The consultation piece is probably the biggest part of it because we help place our students in college. We help on the front end marketing, and just really back to this what this whole episode is about: maximizing your opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, JK.
Hey, so look, any parents, guardians, athletes out there, man, especially, you know, specifically, you know, in high school, you coming up in high school, and hit up Fade, Scholar, Conquer Sports, right, man, for that consultation, for that training, man. Salute to y'all on that, man. Hey, I've been blessed to play with some legends, bro. You, Scholar, when I look back, you know, them highlights, crazy. And the small thing, man, crazy thing, we played y'all boys my freshman year, dog. Hey, I remember being in high school. I graduated. So I'm in the summer, and you know, the program books that come out, College Football Sports Magazine.
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm looking in the magazine. You was in the magazine. Y'all whole D-line was in there, around the Tigers. Yeah. I'm looking like, well, we got to play these boys. I'm like, hey, I just hit 18. I'm like 165 pounds. I'm like, cuz, what we doing? And the crazy thing is, bro, when we played y'all, that was my first start, bro, as a true freshman, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? The crazy thing, how things end up matching. You know, I didn't know you then, but, you know, years later, end up playing with you. My first ever start is against y'all. Y'all smashed us 44-0, but it's all good, though. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all said that game, though, man. You made it to the pros, so it worked out.
Hey, and salute to y'all boys, you know what I'm saying, won the natty, man. So, like, how was that, man, winning the national championship, man? Because we all want to win rings. We all want to win championships, man. But I know going into a mid-major, I wasn't going to have a chance at a national championship. But you went to SEC school, and y'all won the natty, man. How was that?
It was a great experience, JK. That was out of the championships and just all the different games that we participated in. I think that season is probably more special to me than any other. Just because of that LSU football team really represented unity. That LSU football team really exemplified teamwork. It did. Just thinking back at that team, we didn't have any major superstar. The biggest superstar on our team was Glenn Dorsey.
Yeah, Big Glenn.
Wear that T-shirt. Like, he wasn't, like, you know how, I mean, we knew Joe Burrow was the man at LSU recently. Yeah. We knew what Leonard Fournette was. Like, we knew.
I got Pat P, Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, I'm a decorated D tackle. It's cool. I'm here. Yeah. And our offensive line, I just think about guys like Cardell Stewart. He came in. You know Stu Chicken from the Voodoo, your old teammate. Yeah. Tigers teammates.
Yeah.
He was a starting tackle on that team. You had my boy Lyle Hitt. Lyle Hitt moved from the D-line, too. He was a starting guard. Brett Helms. Brett was 207 2 pounds, 73 pounds wet. All
Yeah.
this center, just a scrappy guy, right? And on the other side, I mean, now you get to Herman Johnson. You know, he got drafted big. And then we had Saron Black. And I'm telling you right now, Saron, bruh, if Saron would have been injured the way he was, he would be an all-pro right tackle right now. So the team, it wasn't really, but it was unity, and we blocked.
Yeah, I got
you. You know, so that's what that team represented. So when we won it all, it was big, and that team faced adversity, right? We lost to Arkansas in triple overtime with that. We lost to Kentucky that year. Had a tight, we won our deal, and the stars aligned the way they did, and voila, we won a natty. So a blessed situation, big moment in my football career for sure.
Hey, man, salute to y'all for real, boy. It was a great experience for me being an opponent, playing in Death Valley, going against y'all boys, and then to be able to say, like, bro, we went against the national champions, you know what I'm saying? So that was dope, and also a good challenge for us to see, like, hey, to see the different competition, to see what SEC football really, really is, man. Hey, before we move on, you got to give me your top 5 defensive players, and you can exclude yourself. You asked me my top 5 for MT. I'm gonna say I gotta have myself in there. But give me your top 5 defensive players from LSU. Woo, that's a list.
Top 5 defensive players from LSU.
From LSU in the league. That made it to the league.
That made it to the league.
Yeah.
All right, I would say. Based off their performance at LSU or in the NFL?
That's a good one. Hey, however you want it.
I'll go LSU.
Okay.
All right. Number 5 on my list is Glenn Dorsey.
Okay.
I think Glenn, in the time frame that I played with Glenn, the style of how he played, he just did his deal.
Yeah.
Number 4 on that list, I'm gonna have to go down to South Florida. So I'm gonna get my Jeremy Kellem butt.
Yeah.
Kellem, and I'm gonna get in my South Florida voice. Oh man, Patrick Peterson, man.
Got to.
What he did in college as a freshman, as my teammate, I thought was good. To see those future stars like him and Julio Jones and AJ Green, to see that, and for him to consistently be a lockdown corner from a freshman in college to date is he's getting a little older now, and of course, he's made it to 8 Pro Bowls in a row.
Yeah. Hall of Fame career though.
Hall of Fame career, man. Definitely that guy.
So Glenn Dorsey, Pat Pete,
he's on that all-time list. I would probably. This is where it gets really interesting because you could go so many different directions with this. But I would probably say 3rd on that list is probably a guy I didn't even play with. I would probably say 3rd on that list. I'll give that to. I'm going ahead and say this guy played with LaRon Landry.
Hey. That boy used to be sticking out there, boy. Hey, I forgot LaRon Landry with LSU. How could I forget, though? Hey, okay. That's LaRon. Hey, he was a dog, though.
He played aggressive. Like LaRon, I'll never forget Ed Reed had called, put him on speakerphone because at the time, DeWine was playing for the Raiders, his older brother.
Yeah.
At Georgia Tech, and he was like, hey, man, you'll be leading the league in interceptions if you just focus on not hitting.
Hey.
LaRon just won't hit you, boy. Like, he'll see the ball, and he'll be like, I don't want him.
Sticking out there. Yeah.
Man, one time, we ran this twist blitz where, I would line up at the nose, and I would stunt opposite of LaRon, and he almost it up, and he switched it at the last minute when I was beside the center. I felt like you ever stood next to it, not too close to a train, but you by a train.
Yeah, you feel that wind.
Boy, and he just he stuck old boy from Kentucky and stood over him. Man, I saw that play. It was on a picture in Walk-On's restaurant. It's crazy.
Hey, that's crazy. So so you got Glenn Dorsey number 5, Pat P number 4, LaRon Landry number 3. 2 more now.
2.
2
on my list it actually goes to a recent LSU Tiger. This kid is going into his rookie year. Derek Stingley. I mean,
okay. Hey, Coach Stingley's son.
Coach Stingley, our homeboy. Shout out to Coach Stingley. Might be in there. I sent him an invite. I sent Ryan Clark one too. Hopefully,
yeah.
But Stingley, yeah, man. So at this point now, I'm working at LSU Sports Radio. I'm watching these guys. I'm analyzing.
Yeah.
In his consistency at the cornerback position and his ability to lock down early, right? So we know what that's from. Obviously us knowing Coach Stingley and Ray. Shouts out to the homie Elvin Ray. He might be in this thing too.
Shout out to Alvin Ray.
Alvin Ray.
Play Ray.
Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Shouts out to Zoe. Shouts out to Fry, man. Shouts out to all our boys, man.
My dog Brutus.
Bro, shouts out Bruce. Man, Bruce shows some love, man. Every time Bruce, man, as soon as I post a video or something, boy, you and Bruce, man, I rock with y'all, bro.
Hey, got to, man. Got to spread the love.
That's the beautiful thing about this journey, man. You run across a lot of cool people, man. It's just, friendship and fellowship forever. But yeah, man,
So Stingley, so
too, bro.
that says a lot, bro. That says a lot. So you got Dorsey, you got Pat P, LeRon Landry, Derek Stingley Jr. I'm trying to see who number one is, dog. I feel like I know, but I don't know.
I think you know who number one is.
I don't know. Who the number one, dog?
I mean, for our listeners, I'm a teaser, you heard me? He just signed with the Saints. You know what I'm saying? He's
coming back to the crib.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not Jarvis Landry, because Jarvis play wide receiver. We're not talking we're talking defense. My number one LSU Tiger defender of all time is Tyrann Honey Badger Matthews, man, hands down.
Hey.
That guy. Yeah.
I can't argue, dog. And the reason why I respect that, bro, because I was blessed to train with Tyrann Matthew, and I trained with Pat P. I actually had the same agent as them at one point. So when Honey Badger was coming out for the draft, we was down there training in Boca with Pat P. Dad at World Class Speed, and so I remember talking to Brutus. Brutus hit me up. Brutus like, hey. He was like, man, how Honey Badger is? I say, bro. Because, like a player know a player. So like a DB, if a dude could play as soon as they backpedal.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I told Brutus, I said, hey, the Honey Badger real, bro.
He real,
I said, hey, he real. And when I see him, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the Honey Badger, you feel me? But I'm talking about being a smaller size safety, right? Undersized safety.
Yeah.
And causing havoc, bro. Like, turnovers crazy. Like, I respect that so much. But I couldn't do the return game, though, bro. And he was killing in the return game. So when I see him in the NFL, it's nothing he can't do. He can cover, slot. He can cover the outside. He can blitz. He can play deep middle safety. He can tackle in the run game. And then don't throw the ball around him. He got ball skills like crazy. So I really, dog, I seen that firsthand. Just like Pat P, I seen the amazingness of Pat P. I seen the phenomenal ability of Honey Badger, bro. So, hey, that top five real, though, bro. That just goes to show, man. Y'all, it's an argument, but, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably the real DBU out there, man.
All right, that's cool. And JK, man, I won't slide by your career either. Being your teammate with the Voodoo, bro. That first year, though, we made it to the playoffs, bro, is off the strength of our team chemistry on defense. But then, man, to go rack up all them championships in Arizona, man, I'm like, boy, JK left us and just took off. So I can tell you did something right, man. So big ups to your skill level moving forward. But yeah, Tyrann, I mean, it's almost like this guy is the Biggie Smalls of college football. Right? Biggie had 2 albums before he left us. Before he left college, he had really 2 years. Like, people forget that Tyrann was a freshman. And in that year, 11, like I said, man, dude was on a whole other planet, man. The plays he made, not just on defense, but like you said, in a special team game. I never forget, this was about 2016. We were working the LSU camp. And I walked past Corey Raymond. Now, Corey, at the time, before he got to Florida, right?
Yeah.
Guy at LSU, Corey was a GA with us. You know, he just got out the league and, you know, got back in the coaching, and he was with us. And I'll never forget, I was walking past him. We were in New Orleans with the Superdome. I mean, at the Saints facility in Metairie. I said, Coach, man, you've been here for a while now, bro. You know, yeah, Fade, bro, it's been a minute. I say, in your opinion, who is the baddest man to walk the halls at LSU? Now, I thought at the time, you know, a lot of people leaning toward Leonard, you know?
Yeah.
And he said, now, hands down, Tyrann
Playoff
Matthew.
Leonard.
He said, that's the best football player to come through these halls, man. That's
Honey Badger.
So shouts out to Tyrann, man. He's going to do an excellent job for New Orleans this year.
Nah, for real. Hey, I think about this play, right? Well, I think it was Kentucky. It was somebody. I think it was Kentucky. He blitzed. Came over the quarterback. Got the strip.
That's it.
Ball on the ground. Scooped it up. Took it to the crib. Like, to have that, because some people just like, I'm just trying to get the sack. Next person like, I'm just trying to cause a fumble. But to have the ability and the awareness to get the sack, get the strip, and recover and take it to the crib, bro. Hey, I love that because he is part of that transition. Him, you know what I'm saying? Safeties don't gotta be, and no disrespect to the 6'2". Like y'all had some big safeties. Taylor, y'all had steps.
Yeah.
It's like those were, you know what I'm saying? Like Sean Taylor, you know what I'm saying? One of the best to ever do it. But now you're starting to see the safeties, Buda Baker, Tyrann Matthew, they much smaller, but you can tell they can do everything. Cover, play in the box, tackle, blitz, man. So definitely, bro. And I want to transition because I definitely want to get to your music. I want to transition to your career in the NFL, bro. You made it to the league, man. How was that making it to the league and winning the Super Bowl for the hometown team, man, with the Saints?
Well, the first thing I'll say is making it to the NFL was a dream come true. As far as I can remember, even when the Super Bowl came down here to New Orleans, it was the Patriots versus Green Bay. I was in the 5th grade. And I can remember this was a 96 football season. I can remember, like, taking a football picture with the Brett Favre jersey on and just falling in love with the game, man. Like, legit falling in love with the game. And to actually, I will never forget my first practice with the Panthers. It was the rookie mini camps. And I can remember, like, coming out, like, everything is cool. You get dressed like regular, you get tape. And I can remember for the first time running onto an NFL football field. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm actually here. It was like a moment, right?
Yeah.
And then I really fell in love with Carolina, JK. I did. I thought that was going to be my home. I can never forget at the time me and Tanisha we were engaged, and she really wanted to move to Carolina. Like, if I said today, babe, let's pack up and move to North Carolina right now, she would, like, not hesitate. She would quit her job tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a good family place, and I felt the team too, man. It's just a nice spot. What I liked about Charlotte, it was this tear between this Southern hospitality and this up north swag. And somewhere in the middle, there's a Bojangles, right? And it's just serious. You know, it's just like, this is cool, and my teammates.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle got the Bojangles, right? Hey, Popeyes, churches, Bojangles. Yeah.
Bojangles right there. Hello, somebody. You with me?
Hello, somebody. Right? Hey.
So, and by the way, sidebar. Hello, somebody. Let's make that the #1 song of the year.
Let's do it.
The origin of that song comes from the New Orleans Voodoo football team. I don't know if JK remember our rookie year.
Okay.
CD, Zoe, Fried, shouts out to 5, Luke, Voodoo Luke, and all that. We'll be like, hello. And everybody be like, we got us a win. Hello.
Okay. It brings me back. Yeah.
And I was like, and then me and Zoe be like, hello, somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of became a thing. And I'm going to come back full circle to the deal we was talking about before the NFL experience, but we ain't going to overlook the AFL experience because it was priceless, brother.
Hey, priceless, bro.
Real talk. And when I got into broadcasting, shouts out to Scott Alexander, my first job was with Cox 4 game in a week. So when you're doing color commentary, you want to keep the listening audience engaged, but at the same time, you want to be able to look good on, to the actual, stick to the scripts, really that picture. So I would always say, man, this little dude fast. He like a little quick Lil Wayne. I'll just say like random stuff, and man, I'll the grocery store. People like, boy, you stupid, boy, you funny. I was listening to your game of the week. So every time a big play or a touchdown would happen, I would say, hello, somebody. And like Scott started to be like, that was the 50th time you said that? Okay, he's going to do it. And it just became a thing. And then it just, before you knew it, it just kind of became my everyday radio intro. And I said, I'm going to make a song out of this thing. And boom, voila, man. It just kind of turned into it. But
it's so catchy, bro, because, I love the bounce music. I actually had the DJ yesterday, bro, like basically just play YouTube. But for the kids, man, I had that bounce, that Adele down, rolling down deep. Yeah. Hey, had that bounce though. I ain't play the regular. I was like, hey, they don't know nothing about this. So it's like when I moved there, bro, I got engulfed with the whole culture and the whole vibe, man. And so with that, like, when you talk about Hello Somebody, man, I feel like that embodies you, New Orleans. I guess we can go ahead and segue into straight to the music, man. So Hello Somebody started your new single. Hey, I promise y'all, go listen to that, man. And let's make it the #1 single. I had the #1 song of the year. Like, so you saying it started from New Orleans, right?
From the New Orleans Voodoo football team.
From the New Orleans Voodoo football team.
Win, lose, or draw. Chris Duval, Lucian Payne, Skylar Green, Lorenzo Brillin, Durandis Fry. That's the core of Hello Somebody. I got that from there.
Yeah.
We was hello. I think it was me that said somebody. Hello Somebody, and then we just that just became a thing. It was very subtle.
Yeah.
I brought it into broadcasting. And it became everyday. Like when people see me now in public, they're like, hello, somebody, like it's a thing now. And I'm like, I gotta own it. I gotta turn it into a song. And that's pretty much how it all came about, right? From the New Orleans, from the 2014 football season. Fact.
Yeah, hey, that's so dope, man. Shout out to my wife too. She just hopped on here too, man.
What up, Britt? Hey, thank you, Britt, for you and your children and your husband. Y'all look beautiful in that Hello Somebody. I like how y'all did I felt like it was springtime, baby. It was a beautiful picture. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we were trying to say hello, somebody, the spring. Hey, but now, so how did you? Because you talked about it offline, man. How you got back into music? Like, when did you start doing music? Or what inspired you? And then, like you said, man, share a little bit how you got back into music, man.
So I started. The producer for Hello Somebody is my cousin Deli Boy. Deli Boy, when we were kids, 9, 10 years old, he would take the pots and pans out the kitchen. He would flip over garbage cans, and he would, like, his initial instrument he learned was the drums. And I would put raps to the beats. I'm 9 years old. We just freestyling. We listening to old Easy tapes, Cash Money, No Limit. We just jamming as youngsters and getting a vibe for it. So we got approached at St. Joe's the Worker by Clark Knighton. They were working on the first CD called Created Anew. So my first recording ever was a gospel project. I was 14 years old. Deli was 15. I had wrote and arranged the song and the verses, and it was I don't know about you, my brother, but I come to praise the Lord.
Okay.
We were putting a little rap. The Lord is my light, the source of my strength. And when I'm in trouble, on him I can depend. So that was like our first real rap.
Yeah.
First time going into a real studio, we went and recorded that, and we dropped the album. I'll never forget, I got the first copy, and I wanted to experience that. I wanted to experience that again. So from there, I never stopped doing music. I performed at 2 of West Jeff's talent shows. Me and my homeboys. The first one, rest in peace to my homeboy Smurf, was me, Smurf, and Noah. We just kind of performed. We just danced and just kind of emceed it, and it was dope. Like, we had fun. And then the next year, me, Fat, and Chad, shouts out to Black Venom, BBK Fat on here. I think he in here, and then also Che Dust, Che Varnado. Actually just dropped a song with his little brother a few weeks ago. We formed the group F2C. It was Fat, Fade, and Che.
Okay.
It was like corny. So at this point, we did the Senior Talent Show, and after that, Fat had a computer set up like this. Well, y'all can't see it. And he had the little old, you remember the little mics, the little mics that look like. Shouts out to the people on here that's in here, the 5 folks that's in here with us right now. Y'all remember the little mics that used to be hooked up to the computer like that? So we could rap through the mics. And Fat had like some Fruit Loops deal, and we had that going. And he would cut it up, put it on CD, we'll take a couple copies and bring it to LSU and just pass them out. So that's how we got that going in college. So mind you, this is in 2005. We hooked up with my homie Sleep. Shouts out to Sleep. Shouts out to Justin Cox, too. That's all my boys from LSU. And we did LSU Finest. Shouts out to Easy Money. It was a couple of people on that. D1. Shouts out to the homie D1.
Hey.
What up, Will? I see Jeremy Hill. Jeremy Hill, hello, somebody. Shouts out to Jeremy Hill, former Cincinnati.
Hey, that boy, Jeremy Hill was a dog, too, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk
D1. Speaking of D1, bro. I be bumping that boy heavy too, man. My teammate, Shane Boyd, he played at Kentucky, quarterback at Kentucky. Shane Boyd. Yeah, he played. He was with me with the Rattlers though. He put me on D1, bro.
D1.
Hey,
cool,
I rock with that boy too though. That boy be going in.
Yeah, D1. We indeed did a couple songs together in college. Maybe about 10 years ago, we did a song. It's on YouTube. Just if y'all type in Big Fave featuring D1. But that's my boy. We supposed to do some stuff. I want to do a song with him and Mac. Mac from No Limit. I got a fight. I don't want to tease y'all with it right now, but I want to do a song with them. I got an idea. So
yeah, for sure.
So with the music, so that's how it all got started. So LSU really, I dropped 3 mixtapes and 2 albums at LSU. In my time. I would record them in the off season, and they would drop during the football season.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So like, let me ask you this: so you making music during college, while you playing at an SEC school, big time football. Were they playing your songs at the parties? Like when you showed up to the parties, they had.
One thing
about Fave, I want y'all to know, my boy Fave could dance. My boy got light feet. My boy, hey, what was the dance that looked like? Little Beanie? Is it the Beanie? Whatever.
Yeah, I kept telling JK been in New Orleans too long.
Hey, I had to do it. Hey, I did that job. I was watching y'all boys. I'm like, hey, the boy killing that. So I got a P6 one time. I had to do that thing real quick though, bro. Hey, so how was that, bro? Going to the parties and they playing your song in college, bro?
It was cool because we had a song called Logan. They would play that and like. We would like shouts out to DJ Super Mike. Like Super Mike would play our stuff. We was opening up for Boosie, Webby. We opened up for Erykah Badu.
Y'all doing big things.
In college, like in the springtime, I turned into a rapper. Like I would, after spring ball, I would do shows and stuff. That's Serenity. It's like it is now. It's Serenity. So when I went to the league, I dropped a couple of songs, and then I just kind of like right after around the Voodoo time. Before the Voodoo, just kind of just stopped. Like it might have been like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
I think Fishing on the Bayou was the last song I did. And then when I started doing the podcast stuff, I would start doing freestyles at the end of the podcast. So I started to see my listeners started to like that, so I started to do more. Then I shouts out to the homie D-Day. I would go record at D-Day's studio. I had him record my podcast for me. And that's a music studio. So he would have beats and I was so I'll never forget the first song that I released that I came back with. Well, actually, I dropped the Lost Mixtapes on SoundCloud. Y'all can get that. Big Fave on SoundCloud. It's the Lost Mixtape, the NFL Journeyman. And it was basically all the freestyles and the songs from like 08, 9, 10. It had a little bit of like 11 on there. And then I had Gorilla on there. which was recorded in 2019 and was a 1-minute freestyle over a TK beat. D-Day came to the studio like everybody had wanted everybody to do a 1-minute freestyle. They were doing like a promo for the studio. And I was like, man, you got any beats? She's like, man, you can just take any beats. So I was looking through the beats. I remember my son and my little nephew, shouts out to Kentrell, just graduated.
Hey, salute. Hey, congrats to him, bro.
Yep.
Hey, my boy Faye's son got a leg, boy. Well, boot that. Hey, you talking about being an amazing punter? Well, boot that thing. I'm telling you, go follow Faye. Go see what he's doing. And he's doing a great job, not just, teaching him with football, but raising him as a young man, him and his wife, man. So, hey, salute to y'all on that. I know that's a huge accomplishment, man.
Huge. That has a voodoo tied to it, too. And I'm going to get to you on that one. You remember, well, you was gone already, but Kentrell used to come to the practices out last year. I ain't seen him. I'll get to that later. So anyway, yeah, man, that's how the music came back around. So I never forget, the pandemic really pulled the music. Shouts out to Lil Reezy in here, too, man. Lil Reezy on my album, too. I'm going to go ahead and tease that right now. Shouts out to Lil Reezy, a dope artist from here in New Orleans, 17 Cold, JK.
Yeah. I believe you, man. Hey, I got some artists down there, man, for real.
So Lil Reezy just jumped in here. So fast forward, JK, I ended up going through the pandemic and everybody, so we can't do nothing. So I started to work on music again. So at the end of 2020, Deli said, man, bro, I got some stuff. So I had him do a beat for Gorilla. And I had like 3 more songs we did. We did like Pete, the Master P song, which that's on too. And that was it, JK. I talked to my wife about it, bro, and it was just I was like, I'm gonna just drop some music on the stream. So I only dropped a few songs. So then that just kind of turned into an album. I continued to. We finished the rest of the album this year. This month was like the last couple pieces of features and stuff. But I'm excited, bro, and that's kind of how I got. It's always been a part of my life, just as long as football. Football got 3 years on music. Yeah.
Hey, and you said so much right there, bro, that I won't, those just watching live and that listen to this or watch it on replay, man, is that one, this was something like people see you now. You get what I'm kind of saying? I see you now. I see you with dropping Hello Somebody. But this was something you've been doing way back when. You know what I'm saying? This like you've been, getting out of the mud, working, been recording. This has been something that you've been investing in for years. And so to see, you were able to see fruits of your labor when you was in college and this whole time, but to see you it manifest in the way that you desire for it too, man, definitely salute to you on that. And you said something that was huge. You said that you spoke to your wife, right? Which all the married men out there, man, if you don't, I encourage you to, man. You want to talk to your wife anyways, but definitely when we trying to make tough decisions, man, I believe that we got to use our wives as sounding boards and vice versa. They use us as sounding boards because I believe that God gives us, he says things to us, but he also says things to us through our wives. So if I never talk to my wife about certain decisions, or if you never go to your wife and let her know what you thinking about music, then you may not get the rest of what God is trying to tell you through your wife, man. So I think that was big, man, and I see and I can tell that, hey, it's the right decision for you, bro. And things really, 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 going well, man. Where can people go and just if they wanted to binge listen to your music and support Faye like crazy, which I'm telling everybody to go do so, man. What can they go do that at, Faye?
Wherever they stream music, if you have Apple Music, if you have Spotify, YouTube, just type in Big Fav, BIGFAV. My artist page will pop up right now. So on Tidal, on everything but Apple Music, my song Madden is out. So I have 3 songs out and I have 1 feature out. So that's going to change next month because I'm going to drop the album and I have a couple of singles I'm going to drop after that. So my aesthetic will look a little full on my Apple Music and all the stuff. So it's basically wherever y'all stream. And thank y'all so much. You can subscribe to my YouTube page, Inside the Trenches, with Marlon Favorite and JK. I'll get you all this information. But yeah, you can right now. We have the video out for Hello Somebody. You can check that out on YouTube or Apple Music. It's up there. as well. And yeah, man, I appreciate that, JK. 100.
Hey, no problem. Hey, that's what it's all about, bro. I promise you, bro. Like, that's why I love having guests on here because one, yeah, I think you a dope person, but I think even more so what you saying in the gyms and in your story that you gonna get on here and sharing that you are sharing is a blessing to me and a blessing to those that's gonna listen and watch this, man, because we all got stories and people, like I say, people see where we are but don't know how we got here, right? And or the things that we overcame, or how multifaceted we are. Like, okay, boom, Super Bowl champion, national champion, but you're a broadcaster, father, husband, you know what I'm saying, a rapper, artist. I can't forget that you was in the movie When the Game Stand Tall, my boy Buster. Hey, so if y'all ever seen When the Game Stand Tall and you see the star defensive player, kind of like the I guess he was the antagonist, the popular antagonist, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
the op. You know, how the young kids say.
Hey, my boy was the op, but he was the most popular op, featured role in that thing. So, hey, and what's crazy, man, I remember when Coach O was asking people to try to be in, you know what I'm saying, in some of the projects and stuff. And that's when I was going back to the crib, back to Florida. I was like, but then when I see y'all boys in it, bro, it's all love, man. So, bro, like, hey, you definitely doing your thing, man. I just want so many people, I want everybody to go follow you, man, support you, and just learn more about what you do, man, as a man of God, as a husband, as a father, man, you know what I'm saying, artist, broadcaster as well, man. And before, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna respect your time, dog. I know we getting there, bro, and I know the night is approaching for real, man. Hey, I'm gonna ask you this one question, and then I'm gonna give you an opportunity to ask me a question. But so being in New Orleans, bro, it's so many people that, you know what I'm saying, so many legends, musicians. Like, who would you say your top three that inspired you? Like,
ooh, that's tough.
Your top three that inspired you. It ain't got to be what everybody say the best or but you, like, personally being from there, being from where so much great music comes from. Like, what three artists inspired you, man?
All right, so I actually have three artists, but I also have I would call it a duo artist. So like honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mention.
So number one is definitely Lil Wayne. Like, hands down, my 1B favorite rapper all time. Of course, Jay-Z is number one.
Okay.
And Lil Wayne, I know there's not too many Weezy songs you put on I won't know every lyric to.
Yeah.
He's number one on the list. Number two is not so much about lyrics; it's more about songs and business mind. Master P. I actually have a song on the album called Like P, and I'm paying homage to P. You give people their flowers where they're here.
That's real.
This is somebody. Of course, we all followed our entire life, but 2 years before the pandemic, I participated in his basketball championship.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. P is solid, man. His whole family. Romeo, and a good friend of mine is the COO of No Limit, is Juggy. Juggy from New Orleans, so shouts out to Juggy.
Juggy on Q93?
He was on Q93 when we were in New Orleans. That Jug, and then Jug is now he's the COO of No Limit Records. So
man, that's good. Shout out to him though.
Shouts out to him, man. That's my boy.
What was the other guy? The other guy that was on Q93?
Slab One. My dog.
Slab.
Slab. Man, I should have invited Slab in. Shouts out to the homie Slab. I'm gonna send him a copy of this, man. Because you remember Slab had me.
Had us on the radio.
Right, JK. So shouts out to Slab One. Slab was the first person to bring me on the radio. Like, Wild Wayne was the first person. Like, Wild Wayne used to have us do the Hot 88 in high school. But for a broadcaster, man, Slab gave me his Sunday show with him. You know what I'm saying? We did the sports broadcast, and that's what really kind of broke me into the local scene. So I'm glad you brought that up, JK. That's right. You remember we would be on the road and Slab would call, and I had to go do a take. Y'all be quiet, man. That's right. Damn, that's crazy. You remember that? That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, bro, like, reason I wanted you on the show, bro, because I respect you a lot, bro, and I watch how you move.
Bro.
And when I say you maximize your platform, I really believe that. And when you brought us on the radio, like you didn't have to bring us. Like we just like you was the artist. We your homeboys.
Yeah, man, that was cool, man. Hey, they like that too.
Hey, yeah. And so just to have that exposure to meet them, like I said, I follow them on Instagram. I see, but to just have that exposure because of you maximizing your platforms and your connections in the community, bro. That's amazing to me, man. So
definitely, bro.
Hey, so but yeah, man. Hey.
So Juvenile is number 3.
Okay.
That's number 3. Because to me, Juvie tell a realest story. I really want to put Mac right there too. Mac and Juvie kind of like to me the realest guys. I mean, you got Fiend and you got Mystical who are big stars, but man, I'm telling you, Juvie dog, like still to this day he bring it. My 1A and 1B, and that's because these dudes here like really made it a reality for me. Chopper and Baby Boy. Signing with Take 4. Chopper then later on signing with No Limit Records. He's actually on tour with Master P. They're doing the No Limit reunion tour.
Yeah.
And then Baby Boy is signing a big deal with Extreme Universal. And, you know, that's being the homeboys. Like, well, I'm balling at LSU and then playing in the NFL, winning the Super Bowl, the Saints and stuff. Like, his song's rolling. So he made a cameo in my video, and we're going to work on some music too, man. So I'm just, right now, JK, I'm just thankful. You know, business is flowing. I got mean sayings with my family, and you got to work hard to get this award. Like studio time costs, and then this is something that we're creating passive income. So this is not my everyday job. Now I will perform, of course, and I got stuff, and it ties in. That's another thing too. Another gem I want to drop. All this music ties into my broadcast. Like I knew I had to do this because my boy Chris Blair, my boss for LSU, said, Marlon, this Hello Somebody song, how can we get that? Do you got the rights to that? I said, that's my song.
Hey.
Could you send me that MP3? And now they made that the highlight for the LSU game when we were on the radio.
Let's go.
Play that song. See what I'm saying, JK? And that's my message to the people. I think if I would have listened to everybody else, oh, man, you're doing too much. Man, you need to focus on one thing. You need to go get a regular job. There was a lot of naysayers in my life, but it was God's vision. You understand what I'm saying? See, it's not so much about getting money. It's about fulfilling God's vision for you. That's what you got to ask God, because the world going to tell you whatever. The world will say, oh, go do this. So you're going to go do what the world tell you to do and miss out on what God wants you to do? You heard me? So that's really where I had to meet the rubber meet the road. And it was a tough journey. Like, look, my everyday life ain't the best, bro. Like, me and my wife, we have our challenges, right? Like that's just marriage, to be transparent. She supports me, but sometimes she questions what I do. But I have to be honest in that, right? 2, you're going to fail, man. One of my favorite Jay-Z lines, he was like, to try and to fail, the 2 things I hate. Succeed in the rap game, the 2 things that's great. You're going to fail. You're going to, if you ask me, based off of my experience in college and what we had going on and my teammates that was going 1st round, 4th, 5th, I was going to get drafted. Mel Kiper and all of them said I was going to get drafted. I didn't get drafted. I went undrafted. Didn't get drafted, JK, right? Bounced around the NFL, was basically an NFL whore for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Left the game, left with Arena. Left the game with nothing in material and finances. Yeah. But left the game with a lot here. See, God told me, you heard me, I didn't send you all in places to make money. I sent you those places to gain knowledge. So you can take this information and put it into your business so you can help others make it in this league.
Let's go.
That was the message. That's why, and it hit me. When in 2019, when I went work for the NFL Network, I went to work for Sky Sports, I was wondering why all this stuff was happening to me, JK. I'm out here with 36 people at the NFL Broadcast Boot Camp. And all the people, they're coming at me. Why not Vernon Davis? Why not Matthew Stafford? Why not these guys who are big-time superstars? Because I had the talent, I had the juice. See, I put miles on that car already. By the time I made it, that and did 5 years in broadcasting. Yeah. I'm like NBA young boy. I'm just trying to make it through the headphones. Hey. You know what I'm saying, JK? So that's what happened. And then I'm sitting in LA and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I start crying like a man, dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, it makes sense. Oh, that's why we're playing for the Patriots. They asked me all these questions about. So my content, when the NFL, and then when they looked at my resume, they're like, damn, this dude played here. This dude played all these places.
Yeah.
He got tons of content for us. Bring him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I went to all those teams. It wouldn't have become a millionaire like my teammates from LSU.
Yeah.
Not with this. You heard me?
Hey.
It was for this. Hey, young boy. I'm just trying to make it through the headphone.
Bruh, you speaking to me, bruh. Like, I don't know if that, I believe that's for somebody out there and so many people, but I know it was for me, bruh, because like you said, bruh, sometimes I question, I don't know if you remember when I got to work out with the Jets.
Your rookie year.
So, my hamstring was pulled. You feel me? I had pulled it in the last home game. Then we played the playoff game. And then 3 days after that, so 10 days after pulling my hamstring, the Jets called. To make a long story short, I went. My luggage never made it. Like my cleats. You know how important like cleats and stuff. But I had to wear brand new cleats, all of that, bro. So, like, you never made it to the NFL, but I didn't train with Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu. I trained with Jalen Ramsey. I didn't met, like, Marlon Favorite. I didn't met some dope, amazing people. And like you said, bro, where you was like, why am I going to all these NFL teams? And now you getting the understanding. Now God is revealing it to you. Why?
Oh.
Like, that's a message to me that even when I'm taking journeys where I'm like, dang, God, like, bro, I know all these people that play in the league. I know millionaires. I've been right there, God, but I ain't touch it. But like you said, I believe that my financial blessings gonna come through what I'm doing now and through other avenues. It wasn't for me playing, just like you said, bro, in your lane. So when I say, bro, you just spoke to me, bro, I appreciate that, because I received that by faith for real, that everywhere I went, people I met, you inspire me. Like, I watched your reel yesterday on NFL Network. You out there killing it. You know what I'm saying? So that inspires me as I get into a TV game, calling the games on ESPN3. My goal is to get to the networks, right? So you inspiring me, bro. I appreciate you, dog. I ain't gonna hold you up no longer. I'm gonna just give you this opportunity. Any guest that comes on, I give them the opportunity to ask me one question. It could be about whatever, bro. Ask me whatever question you want. I'm gonna answer it, and then I'm gonna give you the last word.
JK, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. That message was for you. Before I even get into my question, you gone, bro. You continue to stay consistent like you're doing right now. I like your background, your aesthetics look good, the mic sounds great. I know you stay consistent, bro, and it's gonna work.
I guess that.
My question for you is, are you gonna download that Baller Broadcasting when it drops June 10th, 2022?
Hey, for sure. Hey, I got to. Hey, so
Simplest plug on the question.
Download my dog Fave. Hey, what's the name of the album again?
The Baller Broadcaster. It drops June 10th. Everywhere they're streaming. Right now, the first hit single off it is "Hello Somebody." Y'all make sure y'all check that thing out on streaming, video and music. Play it all.
Hey, and so what I'm gonna do, man? That's why, you know, even when I chose to use "Hello Somebody" for the reel, like, that's what I'm all about, bro. Like, if I know somebody with music or, you know, whatever they may be doing, I'm a just, because I want to support and show love, I'm gonna incorporate it in what I'm doing. So when the album drop June 10th, 4 days after my birthday, that's gonna be a birthday gift to me that I'm about for myself. Hey, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna listen to the song. I gotta make sure I put that to some content that I'm putting out. I gotta have your songs on my reels and different things, bro. So so to answer your question, I'm definitely downloading the album, dog.
Man,
definitely,
thank you, bro.
Hey,
and something I wanted to tell you, something else I wanted to tell you along those lines. Oh, that was tripping. Yeah, my birthday is June 22nd. I didn't know your birthday was in June.
Yeah, dog. I'm a Gemini. You ain't no Gemini though, right?
I'm a Cancer. I'm
about to say, I know it end. But nah, hey, shoot, June is a great month though, for real though, man. But yeah, man, hey, I'm gonna let you end the show. Tell the people what you want. Tell them where they can find you, how they can support you, and then leave them with a message, man, whatever you want to leave them with.
You got it, JK. First and foremost, bro, I'm proud of you. Keep up
Appreciate
the good work. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry about that, y'all. Thank you so much for having me on your show. My message for your listeners is I'll go to, I want to say, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's true. Our strength comes from the source. The source is God. You can do anything you put your mind to. I'll be very transparent with your listeners. When we won the national championship, I had wrote down goals. I wrote Habakkuk 2 and 2 on the paper. I wrote national championship, SEC championship, make all SEC, get all American, get 10 sacks. I achieved 3 of those goals on that paper. I wrote it down. I made it plain to the Lord. I was transparent with God what I wanted, and it happened. Some of it happened. They'll let you know it's straight from him. I asked him to take over my NFL career. It didn't go the way I wanted to, but I made it to the NFL, right? Even all this stuff that's going on now with this music, everything that I'm doing, I wrote it down. I shared this message with y'all. Y'all can do everything. The world gonna be the world. We're gonna tell you can't do it. You might have to take a break so you don't overwhelm yourself sometime. I done did that before. But you just get back. People ask me, why you do all this? Because this is just what on my heart to do. And I'm going to continue to do it to the best of my ability as long as my family allow me to. So, man, JK, to your listeners, y'all go ahead and y'all be great. Thank y'all so much. Check out Hello Somebody. We're going to dance this thing out the whole summer. We're going to have us a great time. JK, I'm so proud of you. God bless you and your lovely family, man. Thank you so much for having me on your show, bro. That means a lot.
Hey, no problem, bro. Hey, it was a blessing. It is a blessing, and will continue to be a blessing having you on my show, dog. Man, God spoke through you. You dropped gems. You spoke to me, encouraged me. Man, I definitely going to get the album when it dropped June 10th, man. And I wish you, your wife, all you know what I'm saying, your kids, your family, everybody, man. I wish y'all the absolute best, continued success, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all hopping on for Tackle Thursday with JK Podcast. I had a special guest, my boy Marlon, big favorite on the show, man. Hey, go follow him, go support him, his music, everything he got going on, man. Hey, y'all continue to wake up, striving to win on purpose, be intentional about winning. Man, y'all have a blessed day. We out. See y'all next week. All right, Fade Dog. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody. I'm going to move my body. Yeah.
Hey. All right, now, dog.
Bro. Peace.
Yeah. Easy, bro.